What's good, y'all? Spartan360 here, coming at you guys with another video. As you guys can see, Russia has confirmed, genetic tests confirmed Prigozhin died in plane crash. You know what's crazy about this? People could be your friends. Putin was like, yeah, he was my friend, he was this, he was that, but he betrayed me. And once you're betrayed, especially a freaking leader of a fucking country that has nuclear weapons and all this stuff, and just because you think you have your little army and you're tough and all that shit, that don't mean nothing. And what's his name? What's his name? Putin just showed that, man. Like, and they're like, oh, you know, some are saying that there was a bomb planted on the plane or whatever. It doesn't make sense to me why he would even get on the plane unless he had guarantees that nothing was going to happen to him. I guess allegedly he came back from Africa, but here we go. It says Moscow, August 27th, Russia investigators said on Sunday that genetic tests had confirmed that Yevgeny Prigozhin, chief of the Wagner mercenary group, was among the 10 people killed in a plane crash last week. Russia Aviation Agency had previously published the names of all 10 on board, and the private jet which crashed in the Tver region, northwest of Moscow on Wednesday. They included Prigozhin and Dmitry Yukin, his right-hand man who helped found the Wagner group. As part of the investigation, the plane crash in the Tver region, molecular genetic examinations have been completed, Russia Investigative Committee said in a statement on the Telegram messaging app. According to their results, the identities of all 10 were established. They were corresponded to the list stated in the flight sheet, it said. That's crazy. It takes months sometimes for them to figure out who somebody is when they died, but yet they did it in like hours. It says there have been some speculation, especially on pro-Wagner Telegram channels, about whether Prigozhin, who was known to take various security precautions in anticipation of a possible attempt on his life, had really been on the doomed flight. Authorities have yet to say that they believe what they believe caused his private jet to fall from the sky. I guess the speculation from America is that Prigozhin had like there was a bomb planted on the plane or something like that, and it exploded when he was up in the air. Stab in the back. The crash came 2 months to the day after Prigozhin and his Wagner mercenaries staged a mutiny against Russian military commanders in which they took control of the southern city of Rostov and advanced towards Moscow before turning back 125 miles from the capital. That means that literally he was literally a stone throws away. Like, if he would have brought up one of his MLRSs, he could have hit the capital of freaking Moscow if Prigozhin wanted to. Muscovites laid flowers on Sunday at a makeshift shrine festooned with Russian flags and photographs set up a short distance from the Kremlin to the memory of Prigozhin and Utskin. He said, I have got used to comrades in arms dying, said Dmitry Karpov, who wore military fatigues, adding that Prigozhin has shown his actions shown by his actions how things should be done in wartime. Such people remain in history as an example. Yeah, he will be remembered by the Russian people, you know, whether you like him or not. This guy was, even when, you know, he said that the American freedom fighters were fighting over there. He said, yeah, he said these American freedom fighters are fighting, and they're not going to die of an old age. He said that I give them credit for dying at a young age for fighting for something that they believe in, even if they're fighting against us. He said at least they're not going to die of an old age in bed. That's what Prigozhin said when he came across a freedom fighter. It says another man who came to pay his respects, Alexander Doikov, alluded to criticism by President Vladimir Putin of Prigozhin's past mistakes. The talk about some mistakes, different opinions, I think all this will be forgotten, and in people's memory, there will be the image of a hero. He and Dmitry Yukin are real heroes. Putin described the June 24, 2024 mutiny as a treacherous stab in the back, but later met with Prigozhin in the Kremlin. He sent his condolences on Thursday to the families of those killed in the plane crash. Yeah, you killed about, 8 other fucking innocent people? Western politicians and commentators have suggested, without presenting evidence, that Putin ordered Prigozhin to be killed as punishment for the mutiny, which also represented the biggest challenge to Putin's own rule since he came to power in 1999. Yeah, Prigozhin was getting a little too big for his britches. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov said on Friday that such suggestions were an absolute lie. Okay, yeah, he's lying. You don't want to get unalived either. Asked whether Putin might have attended Prigozhin's funeral, Peskov said it was too early to say, and also noted the president's busy schedule. Wagner fighters played a prominent role in the fighting in eastern Ukraine, especially in the months-long siege in the city of Bakhmut. Despite Prigozhin's frequent profanity-laced attacks on Russian military high command over their conduct of the war that accumulated in the failed mutiny, the Wagner fighters have now left Ukraine, and some have relocated to neighboring Belarus under the terms of a deal that ended their mutiny. Some are expected to be absorbed into the Russian armed forces, but many will be angry over the sudden demise of the group's founder, who inspired a high degree of loyalty among his men. Putin paid a mixed tribute to Prigozhin on Thursday, describing him as a talented businessman, but also as a flawed character who made serious mistakes in life. This reporting by Vladimir Sladolkin, writing by Gareth Jones, editing by Nick McAfee and Gals Elgood. If you guys like this, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Spartan out.